Hi, my name's Nick Gregorio and welcome to the Tiny Vinyl Sessions. My favourite part of being a musician has always been off the stage. It's been rehearsing with other musicians and the conversations that happen in those practice rooms. In a Tiny Vinyl session, you get 3 tracks recorded live and then a conversation with the artist afterwards. Today I'm joined by Mick Woodbridge, who's a fantastic Airlie Beach Mackay artist, and we're hosted by Whispers Gin Bar in Airlie Beach. A huge thank you for having us. Now we're going to kick it off with Mick's tune, One's Too Many. I keep thinking of E flats instead of B flats, like in the wrong places as well. I'm like, don't hit there. Yeah. It's like, I'm lucky I'm just like being able to be like...
Well, it's lucky you know what you're doing, because I've tried to play jam with other people in the D standard and it throws people right.
I can't look at your hands because my brain goes, oh, I'm playing the wrong chord. So I just
put
have
on
to
a capo on the second and so just pretend like I'm in standard and they're still looking at, oh, so you're in second, so you... No.
Yeah. No,
I make it hard to work with people.
Yeah. My goal is to make it hard to work with.
Yeah. All right, here we go. One's too many.
12 years old with a bottle in my hand. He said, be a man, boy, and I'll take your stand. Drank down that whiskey until I saw stars. Woke up feeling proud with invisible scars. I thought I was living, I thought I was free. Got a bar stool thrown and a fake crown on me. But every night turned into one long lie. Called it a good time, never asking why. One's too many and 10 ain't enough. Took my pride, my peace and love. I thought it was loyal, I thought it was true. But the devil don't need nothing from you. Gave it my youth, my blood and my breath. I chased you right up to the edge of death. Now I see clear, all that poison stuff. One's too many, 10 ain't enough. Lost good jobs, good women and good friends. Burned every bridge that I could not mend. Blame the whole world for just walking away, but I still got my whiskey, wanna drink my pain away. One's too many and 10 ain't enough. Took my pride, my peace and love. I thought it was loyal, I thought it was true. But the devil don't need nothing from you. Gave it my youth, my blood and my breath. Chased you right up till the edge of death. Now I see clear, all that poison stuff. One's too many, and 10 ain't enough. Blue lights flashing, there's blood on the floor. Truth hit me hard like never before. Dear wife's crying, I got a baby on the way. I had to lose that bottle on, lose it all that day. One's too many and 10 ain't enough. Took my pride, my peace and love. I thought it was loyal, I thought it was true. The devil don't need nothing from you. Giving my youth, my blood and my breath, chased you right up till the edge of death. Now I see clear all that poison stuff, one's too many, and 10 ain't enough.
Yeah. I reckon either that one or the one before is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for the bridge in the other one.
That's right. Thank you so much for sitting and playing with me.
Thanks for inviting me, man. It's been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about it?
It's cool, man. It's a different it's a different environment. It's a different sort of performance thing.
Yeah. Did you feel like your head went to a different place than it normally would on a gig?
Yeah, I guess so. We sort of mentioned it about singing a song about being sober in a gym bar. I don't know if it's in shot, but there's like a wall of spirits that I'm staring at while I'm. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
For that first song, but yeah, no, it's so good being plugged into having the cans and stuff, and that just feels heaps more connected than. Like maybe like a normal sort of pub gig or something like that. So yeah,
totally. It's so nice to have you. Like we've been working together on your EP, and it's going well. I think. Like, how are you feeling about all the?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
For the EP. Yeah. It's
Attention, please. Testing of the fire system is now complete.
Perfect.
Testing of the fire system is now complete.
I'm glad it's good.
That's great.
It's not going to go off.
Thanks for letting us know.
Thanks. That's good. Whether I edited that out, I'm not sure.
Who knows?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So, like, how come you chose those 3 tunes? Was there a big reason behind it, or?
The first one, One's Too Many. I just recently hit 6 months sober, so for me that's a really important song. And it was kind of getting sober and writing that song was kind of the catalyst to the whole EP coming out. So all of those songs that are on the EP all came out within sort of a week or so of each other. And so that was kind of like the first song that started it all off, and it's really important part of where I'm at the moment. So that was one that I really had to share.
And when you were writing them, you said that they came out pretty quickly, like in a week.
Yeah.
And were you writing?
Yeah, a week or two.
What does that look like on that level? Like, are you writing chords straight away and then lyrics, or is it just coming out with the intention first of the meaning, or is it more just like what was your process?
It's always so different. Like, I can't say I have a technique for songwriting or a method. Songs happen how they happen, but in this instance, for all of those songs, those 6 songs, I think they all sort of came from ideas first. Working through different stuff. I had a creative splurge of energy just sort of came out, and I had these ideas of like, I should write a song about that. That'd be a great song idea. And just like brain dumping onto my Mac sort of thing, and then picking out bits and pieces. And I sat there actually with pages and pages and pages of notes, just playing guitar and humming little rhythms, and then finding something that might match that little melody. And then once I had an idea, I'd sort of compile the rough lyrics with a chord structure, and then move on to something else until I had a bunch of solid ideas.
Do you mean like in the same song or the next song? Like
no, the next song. I'd get that idea and like, okay, that's the idea, and then I'd move on to something else. And I did that until I had about 12 or 13 songs. And then I just worked each night. When my wife and son would go to bed, I'd sit up until 3 o'clock in the morning and just play around with different ideas until I had I sort of ended up whittling them down until I felt like I had a half a dozen really good songs, and then just refined those into what we're working on.
Because they sound really cohesive they sound together, like, you know.
Well, yeah, you've mentioned that, and I that was not like, it wasn't an active thought in my mind that, you know, I want to make something, you know, a themed EP or anything, or that they have to be. I just wrote songs that needed to come out, basically.
Yeah, I find that it's such a fascinating thing that like where songs come from, because you can be so deliberate with them, and some people are like, you know, very systematic about like, we're writing a song about this and I'm using the title to do this, but I definitely know that these songs came from a very a visceral place, like a very more intuitive, organic situation, right? Even though you have spent probably that week was probably just deep in that.
It's a blur. It is a real blur that week, and then you know, probably for a month afterwards the songs sort of refine themselves, but that week itself is a real blur. Like, how many pages would you say of material per song do you have? Because I know that if I have a notebook, or like back in the day when I was using notebooks, it was like I'd have like 20 something stupid, like either writing ideas, or are yours like kind of along prose, as in thoughts that are just jotted down like a diary and then taken from that, or is it more like lyrics are coming out and then you're just kind of continually writing variations on the verses? Yeah. So there's a combination of everything, because I've got notebooks from like 15 years ago.
Yeah, totally.
With like song ideas in them, like that I've just written, like whatever state I was in, I wrote like a verse, a chorus, bridge for them with no music or anything, just like that was the idea that I had.
Yep.
So some things come from that. Sometimes it is just a scribble of a line. I had a new one recently that I'm going to build a song around. Was that alcohol lit the fire and then sold me the bucket of water.
Oh, that's nice.
As well, which that's little things like that, like just lines that sparks an idea, and then you can build things around.
It's like a kernel. It's like that's the kernel, like the little germ, or
that's it. But I reckon I've probably got half a dozen notebooks with just all sorts of different stuff scribbled in them from over a decade, and then that week I probably wrote, I don't know, 15, 20 pages of stuff. And some of that is actually like thinking about the times that these songs, or situations that some of these songs are about, and just like writing down what was happening at that time, and just sort of like that cathartic sort of release. And as you go through it and write it down, it jogs your memory for different things, and then I use that to help find key parts of the story without going into like intimate detail of the story. So
and they like when you're going, I find that that's when people are like, is songwriting cathartic, or is it it can be, it can also like not be, but are you always writing like that with that cathartic nature? Like, did it feel cathartic, I suppose, is the thing.
This
specific one,
writing this whole EP felt very, very cathartic for me.
And how's that different from, because I know you come from like, you're kind of a patch, what do we call it, a patchwork quilt of things, because you just say something and I'll be like, so you're in a punk band, and you're a butcher, and done all these strange things.
I got a colourful life.
And then you're saying that the kind of player that you were is so different to this EP and to kind of where you're at as an artist and stuff. Can you like tell me what the difference is that you feel between those two things?
I think the main difference is that I was trying to be, I love open tunings and doing lots of different things. For full-time musician, I use loops and effects and foot percussion and
Yeah.
multiple instruments and stuff, and I like to be busy and doing different things. And I always used to try to incorporate that into my songwriting as well. So there'd always be so much going on.
Yeah.
And I always I felt like I had to have these complicated movements and intricate guitar parts and stuff as part of every song. Whereas this time I've tried to bring everything back to like really simple chord structures and like a real traditional sort of chorus verse bridge thing, and let the songwriting do the heavy lifting instead of trying to do so many things at the same time and not do any of them well.
So did you find that is it more like a reflective thing? Like at the time where you're like, oh, I'm doing too much, or is it more as you reflect back?
Yeah, it's like a looking back thing. Yeah. Because until this, I hadn't really like actively sat down to write music for probably 3 or 4 years. 3 years, I'd say.
Yeah.
So it was definitely, I'd taken enough time away to sort of be able to look at things a bit differently. Just look at things from a different viewpoint.
And I was going to ask you about that time, because you had a big break.
Yeah.
Had a big break away from music. And I think as professional musicians, sometimes we always are like, oh, I need to get away so I can, remember what I like about music and feel good about it again.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing it day in, day out, you get warped into the reality of what it feels like to play to people that are in a specific situation, whether it's a bar or a pub or background gigs and all those kind of things. What was the catalyst for you wanting to take that break?
I basically just got burnt out with it. Yeah. I was full time for in sort of Mackay Whitsundays region for 9 years or so, and during that 9 years I was sort of doing 250 gigs a year, and
it's like five gigs a week minimum.
My record, I don't ever want to beat it.
No, I know.
It was like 13 or 14 gigs in 9 days or something, and I was like, this is just stupid. Like, what am I doing with my life?
Just crying at everything, just muttering under your breath.
And it got to a point where like I did not want to pick up a guitar unless I was on stage getting paid to it, and that whole creative aspect of it and the desire that drove me to play music in the first place was missing, and it was gone. And so around after COVID, I think must have been early 21. Through COVID, I'd got a day job, and then luckily enough in Airlie Beach, gigs came back probably earlier than anywhere else in the country, which was really good. So I was working 6 days a week, and then I was gigging 4 or 5 nights a week at the same time, and I did that for 9 months straight. And then I was just like, something's got to give here. Like I was burning the candle at both ends, for sure. And after so long, it was just so easy to rock up to work, just get paid, go home. And I felt like that's what I needed. And it got old very quickly. That's
what I was curious. Like, does it, on the flip side, you came back to music. So what was the catalyst to come back after because 4 years is a long time.
It was 2 or 3 years. 3 years, I think.
Okay,
roughly.
yeah.
It was a long time. And I felt in a lot of ways that I was starting all over again. Do
you mean technically, or as in physically, or just mentally?
All of it together. Because when you're spending, 4, 5, 6 nights a week in front of a crowd behind a microphone, you get comfortable reading the crowd, like it's part of the job. And when you're away from that, like it's the same as anything, like a use it or lose it kind of thing. So when all of a sudden you spend years in the crowd, you sort of lose a bit of that knack of reading the crowd, and then you've got to develop that again. And even just the technical side of things, my ear was out with doing live sounds and mixing myself. Being able to play for 4 hours night after night all of those sort of things. It was muscle memory. It came back fairly quickly, but I felt
shaky.
I felt out of my depth, like
Yeah.
from the start.
That's insane.
But yeah.
And why did you come back?
Why? A few reasons. My wife and I started an online business, and we travelled the country for a little while, and to supplement income while we're travelling, I started doing just some pub gigs in little country towns where they probably haven't had live music in 5 years, sort of thing. And I sort of fell in love with it again. I realised how much I enjoyed playing music, and when my wife got pregnant, we decided that we were going to stop the travelling, come back and settle down somewhere, and the best place in the country for me to settle down is in Paradise.
Airlie Beach,
right?
represent, yeah. My Kai Braun and Brett. That's insane. So those little gigs gave you a bit more, like, was it the crowd difference? Because I found that during COVID, for instance, like I came back to music. I'm surprised we didn't cross paths earlier, because I was post-COVID here, like starting to play gigs and stuff, and that's when you were, I can't remember if we missed each other by like a few months or whether it was strange.
Because I was gigging here from 2013 or 14 onwards.
Yeah.
And I was here every week from probably 2017 onwards until, and then I was living here in 2019.
Oh, weird.
And then 2020. So it was.
It's just one of those things. I think I've probably seen your name. Like, do you know when you see people's name, you're like, I don't know who that is. And then,
probably just dismissed your name because there's so many.
This is Italian fella coming in.
Well, there's so many people that come into this town, and then they either, for whatever reason, they leave within a few months, sort of thing. So
totally,
you learn to not pay too much attention to the names that pop up.
But you just
until they pop up consistently for a while. Yeah.
That's Do you find that that's speaking of the town culture? Like, do you think that that's because I always think of it as two reasons? It's either they feel it's too small, or they want to go to a bigger city, or they are passing through, as in they genuinely are a traveller. And they're coming through, or it's the town chews you up. Like, that's the other thing. Or which it can do in multiple ways, which is like the nightlife, or you're partying and burning the candle at both ends and stuff, which is
definitely
the Airlie Beach conundrum. Or they burn themselves out on gigging too much, but then not many people that I know have taken time off music that you have, and then come back to it in the way that you have. So I think that's, and when I met you, you seemed like you had taken kind of like a real focused turn. Was that because, congratulations, you're a dad.
Thank you.
So I was wondering what having a son or a boy or a child has impacted your experience about your experience with music has changed, or your meaning has changed with having a family.
It definitely, you're a father yourself, that everything just kind of shifts. Priorities and focus, everything sort of changes. And for me at least, there's no, you don't have a choice about it. It's like this biological shift that just happens, and you kind of got to go with it. I think that's definitely had a huge impact, having a little boy and starting a family, and my focus on the future is different. That's definitely changed my approach to music this time around, but also having been through such a severe burnout, I guess, from playing so much in a town like this, and it is burning the candle at both ends, because even if you're not working a day job, it's paradise, and you want to enjoy
That's
the
actually
life
really
that's
hard
here.
to do. Though.
Yeah,
Like, I find that
because
really tricky.
and you're working every night, and then it's a drinking town, so it's got such a great nightlife. So you're trying to enjoy it all, and it's a really easy way to burn yourself out of everything.
Yeah.
Another thing, you mentioned that you haven't sort of seen a lot of people take a break like
Yeah.
I have and come back to it. I've noticed that as well, a lot of people, and it happens in any town where there's lots of live music, and it happens to lots of musicians who, particularly in the covers game, who are full-time and
Yep.
just going through the grind,
Yeah.
and they get into this just this routine of sort of stuck in the loop, playing the same songs because they work for people, and that's where I was, and that's why I got burnt out as well. I think because I was the soul crushing gigs, and after coming back, having been there myself and seen friends be there, I knew that I had to take steps to not let myself get to that stage again, because I want. I love music. I've been doing it my whole life, and I don't want to ruin it for myself.
Totally.
So, taking a different approach to things this time around is the sort of the end goal. With that is to make sure that I can maintain that creativity and the passion for not just music for myself, but to continue playing in this town and to continue working with people and. Maybe even inspire other people to play more original music in a party town.
Yeah. Totally.
And pursue those sorts of goals, because it's very clearly possible.
It's also
especially with people like yourself in this town as well now, like helping it happen.
Oh yeah, we want it to happen, and also people I think underestimate that they can play original music, and it's not going to stop people enjoying music, because in those situations. It's actually to their benefit to play original music, because you can, things like register your songs with APRA, get extra pay from playing your original material on your gig. You don't have to play all original material, but if you're dropping them in, there's a problem that we often get, which is your cover material is better than your original material, not because it's better or worse, but because you haven't practiced it.
Because you play those same cover songs like how many times a week?
That's it.
And
and which ones are gonna, like as you said, which ones are gonna work, so you go straight into those. But and it takes a bit of courage to start playing original material if
for sure
you're mainly a cover person.
I've always had, it's a lot easier now, excuse me, but like I've been doing this for 20 something years, and I'm nearly 40 years old, and so it's I got a bit of experience behind me, I guess. But I still find it more nerve-wracking to play my own music, because even if you really resonate with the lyrics of a song, it's somebody else's song. You know what I mean? And when it's your words and your music, it's your heart on the table for you're opening yourself up to everybody and a room full of strangers. And the first couple of 100 times that can be really daunting. But it's so rewarding though too, especially like even if you do only get half a dozen people in a full room that give you that courtesy clap. It's like, okay, they listened, they liked it. I've got a point to work from.
That's such a clap.
So take 1.5.
1.5. How do you think about this tone? I think this tone's good. I'm just sticking with it. I'm going with it.
I trust you.
I'm committing.
All right, here we go.
Sometimes things get a little hazy. Sometimes I think I'm just a little crazy. I don't even know my own name. Soon all of me will go all up in flames, Wearing scars on my arms and in disguise. So warm and everything just runs against me. Jealous words turn into a love-fade frenzy. Want someone, please understand. Want someone, lend me a helping hand. Time is up to do the time that's left undone. Time to grab my hair, grab my coat, I gotta load my gun. Silly thieves always are the ones that turn out worse. And it seems want to love you always hurt you the most. Want someone, please understand. Want someone, lend me a helping hand. Want someone, please take the time to think. That your actions and words, they don't always say what they mean. They don't always say. Why won't somebody say what they mean? Yeah. A child I used to dream of many things. Superstars of bizarre kings and the pretty queens. Now it seems I need a shot of drink to jog my thoughts. Was it happening one time? Is it just because no one will understand? Want someone, lend me a helping hand. Want someone, please take the time to think. Your actions and words, they don't always say what they mean. They don't always say. Why won't somebody say what they mean? Yeah.
Just because.
I love it.
Cool.
I knew it was happening too there.
It was like you could see it coming. Oh,
I saw the thought process happening, yeah.
I need more hands. Cool.
Yeah.
Good?
Happy? Yeah, happy.
Cool. Let's do one more for safety.
Safety, of course.
My safety's my favorite. Hey, just a quick interruption to say thank you so much for listening, and I appreciate you tuning in to this podcast. It's a big project of love for me, and I really want to keep making these. So if you want to support this podcast financially or just share the word, if you have any artists that you want us to contact, please let me know, and I'll send me a message, leave a comment, or do all those things. Anyway, I appreciate you, and back to Mick. You did a really nice support slot with Ash Grunwald.
Yeah.
And I remember I saw you before you went to it, and I noticed you were a bit anxious about like this new kind of material that you've been writing.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing you afterwards and saying how good it was, like the reception and that whole... Can you just explain the difference between playing original music in a setting that's made for original music and the difference between what we are doing in that situation?
It's so different because, like at a pub, people, they want to hear horses and KCN and stuff, you know.
The two greatest Australian songs of all time.
But they're there to be entertained, but half the time they're not even there for the music, you know. They're there to get on the piss or to have a chat with mates or to play the pokies or the TAB or whatever, and the music is, the live entertainment is often like, it might be the the spotlight at the end of the night, but for a huge portion of that evening or that gig, 3 or 4 hours, you're just kind of background, and you're trying to win people over.
And it's like you're creating the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You're contributing to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could be replaced. Like, we could do the same gig and call each other in, and no one's gonna be bothered by that.
Correct.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Versus going somewhere where people have paid money and they're there to listen. Like, people come and sit down and listen to you tell your stories about your songs, and which is almost more daunting because you're telling these stories and people are like glued to you, listening, paying attention, hanging on every word, and then they listen to every song and they respond in kind. And then after that show, I had so many people come up and give me hugs and shake my hand and all that sort of stuff, and like that was it really blew me away and sort of humbled me a lot, but it made me feel like I was on the right track with my songwriting as well, because I was very nervous that was the first kind of gig I'd done with all the new material. So and it is a big departure from what a lot of people know know me to do. So it's a huge difference, and there's I can't remember the word that I used to describe that gig, but it was kind of like reinvigorating, I guess. Like I was anxious, I was unsure of the direction that I was going with things, and then to get that kind of response, just like it fanned the flames for me to keep moving forward.
It does give you that forward thrust, right?
Yeah,
because it makes you. For me, it always reminds me what the point of it all is. Like when you get those rooms, when you get the rooms where people are, and I find it hard because in the day-to-day gig, you'll do the same things or more because you're really trying to win them. Yeah. But then you get into those situations and it's just like effortlessly like, oh, we're just connecting as humans, and this is so nice. Yeah. But sometimes on the pub gigs, it's just, you're really trying to capture people, and that's, I think it's like the catch-22. You can play your own songs, you won't get the reaction. I think it's good to practice them there, so that when you get into the situation where you get to share it, then it's like so you get to give the best version that the practice version of it. So there's such a huge difference between, doesn't matter how good sound is and all the rest of it, there's such a huge difference between playing in your bedroom or to your friends versus playing on a stage. And to go and like I'd played all of those songs before I ever did like an original gig with the new material. I'd played all of those songs a couple of dozen times at gigs, and just working out the kinks and stuff like that. Even if people aren't listening, and even if you mess it up, they don't know because it's your song. They don't know how it goes. I just always say, this is Justin Bieber's new. I just like get away with that, I
love that new Bieber track.
They're like, he's gone. Yeah, okay. Yeah. People don't know the delineation between those two things. Like, if you talk to punters, they're like, play your music, do this and do that. And you're like, I will. It doesn't really suit this environment. Yeah. And I can. And like, but I always feel like there's a different kind of job to be had. And as I've said, we should play our own music there. Yeah. But like, understanding the feeling is different when you're on those gigs, and the feeling and the reception is going to be different on the other gigs. And I do think like a lot of people get stuck when they first start coming into music, that they treat those gigs like those gigs, the covers gigs, like it's an original gig. And then they get disheartened by that experience. And I see that mostly happens a lot to the people just starting to it. And then they lose their way a bit, because then they'll go deep down into the covers route and be like, oh man, why am I doing this? I hate. And that's the treacherous road that makes you burn out, I think. And, for sure. I've been down that road. Like obviously you're, as a professional musician, you've become a good, like for lack of a better word, hustler. Like you can, you're able to, after 4 years, get back to gigging. Like, and you know how to, network's the wrong word for me. I think it's like relationships with bookers, with venues, with artists, with other musicians that you get to cover, and then all those kind of skills. Like, what would you say are some of the hurdles that you see people who aren't doing it very well do, or maybe not people who aren't doing it very well, who are just entering into that gigging live?
So like sort of like the pitfalls to be aware of, or that sort of thing,
or just like how do you sustain yourself as a musician, because it is about those things. It's about showing up, doing the right things on the gigs.
I definitely think, well, I guess when I first started, for me to turn this into a full-time thing, I did take some pretty drastic steps, and I lived in my car for 2 years, sort of thing.
No way. So this is just adding to the patchwork quilt.
And I travelled around until I could sort of build up a bit of a reputation, I guess. But I really, even in this day and age, I really think there's a lot of value in new artists to a town or to a scene going to like things like open mic nights and jam sessions and meeting local musicians, but also going to venues in person and introducing yourself to managers who does the bookings, getting those contacts and building relationships with people.
I'm actually really glad you said that, because that's my first point of call, is doing that. That's immediately what I do. Is I go to a town, I decide, okay, well, I know that the best time to go to a bar or a venue is on like Monday to Wednesday. Usually the manager and the owner's around during the day.
Don't rock up on a Saturday at lunchtime because everyone's busy.
Everyone's stressed. And then being like, I don't know how you do it, but like how I did it in London, I did it in Melbourne, I did it here. Like that's how I got my first few gigs, was just going in and being like, hey, like I know that you have music, I'm new to town. Would you? I always just come in with a bit like, I'm a professional musician that plays around. I've just come to town and I'm looking for work and looking to play at different venues and stuff. And here's like, for me, I always have a song list, and then I always have the first time before internet was better, I did take around like an iPad and I had like my show reel on it that was like, I've been on cruise ships, or I just like, I kind of the opposite. I don't know what venue dropping is, but just being like, oh yeah, I've been playing for the past 5 years, done cruise ships, done this, done that, and like I feel like never begging, just saying that I'm in town. Is that like a similar thing to what you do?
Well, I didn't take my iPad. I took my old like year page a day diary.
A page a day diary.
into venues and say like, I'm doing bookings. I'm new to town. This is the kind of musician that I am. I'm here for X amount of time. Like if I was going to stay somewhere for a couple of months, or if I've moved to a town, that would sort of be my thing. I'd just introduce myself, and if you've got any cancellations, here's my card.
That's a good one as well.
And then because quite often, as you know, like venues book a fair way in advance, especially around here. So you might get a booking in 2 months' time, and that'll be a trial, sort of thing to see if you might get 2 or 3 for the year, sort of thing, and then that's a trial, and then you've got to do that in every venue, and then give them the card. Like, you get any cancellations, anybody's sick or anything, just give me a call. Like, I'm just filling up my calendar. So, and then that you'd always, most of the time, I'd end up getting a cancellation somewhere, and then that would be your foot in the door, and then that becomes your trial, and then it's like, I've got a few more gaps.
That's what always happens. Like, magically the calendar starts opening up after you've done that first cover.
That's
one.
it. And once you do a couple of venues, then the word sort of gets around, and you meet people, and then you do parties, and then it just sort of, if you keep at it, it just grows.
It does.
It just happens.
And there's obvious pitfalls. Like I think Simon was saying on the last episode, is like, turn up on time. Don't like take the piss out of things. I don't know what that was.
No.
I think we're all good. like just don't take the piss. Like, don't overindulge in any of the drinks or the free things, and like it messes it up for everyone. But those
it
things
messes it up before it messes it up for anybody else. It messes it up for you.
Yeah,
and it ruins your reputation, which stops you getting booked again.
Yeah,
and I think that was one of the things that helped me develop a reputation early on, because when I came back to music the first time in 2013, I was what I'd consider a very average musician.
You sounded great today. So
and this is not to say that it's a bad thing, but I was just a cheap acoustic guitar and a microphone and a speaker, and that was it. That was all I did. And I was slogging my guts out for 4 hours at gigs, giving it everything I had and slowly getting better. But what built my reputation, I believe, is the professionalism that I had.
Yeah.
And that face-to-face relationship that I had with venues. And if the booking was in the calendar, I was there on time. I set up early. I started on time. I finished on time. I didn't get smashed at gigs and stuff like that. I'd get smashed afterwards.
Yeah, save it for the that's it.
And representing not just yourself as a business and an artist, but representing the venue as well.
Yeah, so true.
Or the booking agent. All of those things need to be taken into account, because as much as we might be seen as rock stars by some people, where we have a job to do as well as musicians, and it's to work with the venue and entertain the crowd. And if you take it seriously like that, and have the creative aspect and enjoy yourself, have fun. Obviously, we get to play music for a living. It doesn't get much better than that.
It's like cry to me in your golden, golden goblet. Or
but take it seriously and do the right thing. Just be a professional, basically, as professional as you can be, and things will work out for you.
Yeah, I think that's exactly. And you are professional and you do work a lot, so I think it's a good advice to have. And the fact that you've come back after time off, like restarting again is always the hardest part. So I think the replication of it is key. Like I know, I feel pretty comfortable in myself that I know I could go nearly anywhere and start again. And the calendar is a good one. That's one I'm actually like, oh damn, that's a good one. Taking the calendar and being like,
it's all on my phone now, so I still take my calendar in, but it's Google phone, and we go through dates. I just love going through dates face to face at the same time. Put it in your book, I'll put it in my book.
Yeah, you can see that we've put it in the same place.
There's no miscommunication via emails or talking to this person, that person.
Yeah. That's great. I'm gonna check my notes, because I think we were actually nearly.
I'll just check my notes as well, make sure.
Mix up. No, they're the main things I wanted to talk about. But
cool.
Is there anyone else that you would recommend to do this, like this kind of thing, or someone in town that you would be like, in town, Mackay, or anywhere that you would be like, I'd like to see them on this podcast and doing their thing?
Man, there's loads of really talented musicians in this town. That's a hard question.
It's a tricky one. I only thought about it like recently, going, I should ask them to like pass it on. Who would you recommend? Because
nominating.
It's like the ice bucket challenge, but you're nominating. The next minute they're like,
but worse.
It's much more painful than a whole bucket of ice.
It is a really tough question, and I also feel like if I say someone and not someone else, then someone's going to get offended.
Don't worry. Everyone's going to be around. I say that, and then everyone will get offended because they're not on it yet. It's like, well, they'll be happy that they're not either. Or.
Who would I really like to hear from? Who I think is an interesting dude and a very fastidious musician is Jan Arns.
Jan, of course.
I think he'd be really fun to listen to. He
also had some trouble with his vocal surgery and stuff. So, Yeah, that's a good dark horse one.
And he's like he's really into all his gear and stuff like that too.
He knows.
Yeah.
He's MIDI centric. Yeah. he knows about all these MIDI pedals.
Yeah. That's somebody I should call actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he probably already patched it up for you. He's like already knows it. And is there anything that you want to share with people, like anything that's coming up, or anything that you wanted to?
Look, I don't have any big shows or anything coming up this year.
What do you mean? You got New Year's Eve with me. That's going to be
aside from the biggest gig of the year, obviously. No, look, I've just got new merch. You've got some merch on your noggin at the moment.
I'm repping. Huh?
Yep. Yeah.
It's good.
God, it looks
really
good.
It looks good. I'll put it on that way so we can get a bit of...
Yeah. You look like a totally different person now with
that on. Yeah. I can't decide if that's better backwards or better forwards. That's the question. That's
bit of both. That works.
Yeah.
But I do have more merch coming later in the year.
It's really good. It's really quality as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Bogan Apparel for...
Shout out Bogan Apparel.
Yeah, helping us out with that stuff. And yeah, the EP's on its way. Yeah. Unsure when that's going to be released at this stage. We'll see when it gets finished. Yeah, hopefully this year. Otherwise, early next year, and then probably next year is going to be a big year. Another EP, maybe an album, and probably a couple of little tours next year. So
yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking a leap of faith, coming to do this session with me.
Man, I'm honestly super stoked to be part of it. And I think it's an awesome concept, awesome idea. I can't wait to watch it grow.
Yeah, and it was really nice being able to hang out and play.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Likewise.
Thanks so much.
Cheers, brother.
Okay.
I think the first one was pretty good.
No, I didn't have to do the second one.
All right. I found you.
Some days a mirror's hard to look in. I feel the darkness even when it's light. And I wore a smile like it was armor, just trying to get through the night. And when the silence was so loud, it was your voice that kept on pulling me out. And now that I found you, know what love is, I hold on to you for as long as I live. Can't live without you. The strength that you give, I love you. I used to drift without direction, wasting my days just passing time. Now we're smiling every tiny little moment. Feels like the reason I survive. And you gave me more than just the light of my life. You gave me my Some days I feel the darkness slowly creeping in, but when I hear your voice, it helps me back to my feet again. Now that I found you, and I know what love is, I hold on to you for as long as I live. Can't live without you, no. The strength that you give, I love you. Na 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 na, 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 na 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 na. That was the one.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, I'm happy with that one.
That's it. That is the second Tiny Vinyl session completed. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to support the podcast, follow the links below. Support the artist. Thank you, Whispers Gin Bar, for having us. Really, really appreciate you letting us use your beautiful space. And thanks for Mick for sharing his tunes. And I really appreciate him taking the time, and I appreciate you taking your time. And if you made it this far, thank you. I'll see you in 2 weeks.